back. We got more ground beef. Again, 2 episodes in a row, ground beef. Who cares? I do what I want. Someone asked me to make a fake Big Mac. Like the old restaurant with the big yellow things, man. Someone asked about that. It said fake, and so I'm going to make it completely different in my own way, but it's going to look maybe similar at the end. We'll see. We'll get there. We'll heat up a pan. We're going to slap some butter in there. Because I got to do it all in the pan just to show you don't need to make a lot of dishes. You don't need to make a big mess. You can do it quick and easy just right here. I have to make some burgers out of this. So we continue the segment of what do I do with my bread ends? With more breadcrumbs, of course, but this time I'm going to mix them into my burger. Who needs a food processor when you are a food processor? Nobody. Add an egg. And add this beef. I'm going to mix that all up. Sufficiently mixed, and now I'm going to form it into 4 patties because Big Macs have 2 patties each, and I got to make 2 of everything because sharing is what it's all about. I find the easiest way to split something up is to make even-sized balls of it. And then I can form it into a patty. When I'm confident it's all divvied up. There's some patties. Happy patties. Wash your hands. Alrighty. Butter's melted. I'm actually going to add a little bit more because we're making burgers, so we might as well get a little greasy with it. Over here, I've got buns prepped. I've got cheese ready. And these are special buns. Look, I've cut them into special amounts just for these special burgers. And since I'm lacking space, I'm only going to do the bottom and the top in terms of crisping up. Excellent. Now, the Big Mac is basically famous for its sauce, I'm fairly certain. You see it you can buy it in the supermarket nowadays. I see it all over the place. But I'm going to make my own sauce here. And I don't think it's very similar to the Big Mac sauce, but I think it's going to be a good sauce because I saw it on the internet, and I believe everything I see over there. So, ketchup. Nice big squeeze of that. Mayonnaise. Couple scoops of that. Got some creamy mayo. It's been out of the fridge for a little too long. Back in they go. And a little bit of the juices from this guy. It's some, I don't like pickles, but I like pickled peppers. So, bought some pickled peppers. Splash of that in the sauce. And I'm going to add some pickled peppers to my burgers instead of pickles because I'm doing it my own way. Final touches to the sauce. A little bit of paprika. ground cayenne. And one of my favorites, garlic powder. Mix it all up. That's my my spicy fake Big Mac sauce. Should come in handy later. Okay, this has to be a little bit hotter. This is kind of the test. Because you want, when you're making burgers, you want them to go on hot. Because then you can decide how red you want the centers. You start them off hot. You're going to get that nice brown, crispy exterior that you're always looking for in a burger. That's the ticket. So while I'm waiting, I'm just going to do a quick rinse here. Another diversion from the classic. Not using lettuce, using spinach because it was on sale. And I can prep my onion, I think, here. These are getting a little bit crispy. Yeah, I think I can risk it. Onion prep. Didn't clean it up, but I'm sure it'll be not the dirtiest of onions. The beauty with cleaning up an onion is you just keep going down layer by layer until you find a nice glistening exterior, compost the rest, and then just for these, since I'm doing it my way again, I think when it comes to Big Mac, they just put in onions fresh, and I'm gonna cook mine because I like cooked onions. Nice even strips, and let's get started here. Quite a bit of onions. Probably should have started them way earlier so I could cook them down to a little bit smaller. So Big Mac, you gotta use 2 layers of onions, so I didn't want to undershoot it. I would stay as accurate as I can while being completely inaccurate. It's the key to everything, guys. It's the key to, that's the secret. Don't listen to that book Oprah promotes all about whatever I'm just talking about. Let's make this the real deal. Good thing about burgers, they don't take very long. The thinner you make them, the quicker they cook. These are relatively thin. I don't know, you can make them quite a bit thinner, but these will cook hopefully sub 10 minutes. I'll be pretty much ready to shove this thing right in my mouth. Cleaning up the kitchen because little spaces always look way more cluttered than they are, especially when it's on camera, because camera adds like 3-4 different extra things. It's like the extra pounds thing with humans, but it's with countertops, you know? You just end up seeing more. So I'm going to preemptively sauce these, but not too early. We gotta nail the timing on that. I'm trying to fit the pieces back together here, and I'm having difficulty. I thought I was good at puzzles, but I'm sorry, Grandma, I failed you. I lied when I said I could puzzle. There we go. That's back together. Another trick that I learned on the internet is you put mustard on one side of the burger. So you put it down, mustard the top, and then you flip it, and it creates a little crusty, delicious layer, but I wouldn't use mustard for anything else, so I didn't buy any mustard. Just gonna have to go with the special little extra breadcrumbs and a little egg in there. That will have to do for all y'all. Flip number 1, coming in hot. Starting to look like some nice crispy burgers. Onions are starting to crisp up at the same time. Ooh, it's coming together, guys. Looking like we might actually have something at the end here. Get your hopes up now, for I can still dash them. And it's way more fun to dash high hopes than low hopes. Let me just scoop out a couple of these guys. Just be as ready as I can be. That should be plenty. Oh, I haven't made burgers in a while, so I'm glad that I finally got a recommendation to cook something. Even if it might have been a meme or just a joke offhandedly. I'm always looking for the opportunity to try to do something I haven't done yet, or to at least make something that you enjoy and show you my little take on it. So please, ever think of anything you'd like me to cook, hit me up, let me know in the comments. I don't get a lot of comments, so I'll definitely read it. I forgot to put salt on my burgers. Can't believe it. Better late than never, but dang. Big mistake. Salt it even before you put the meat in the pan. I could have mixed the salt in with the breadcrumbs and the egg even. Come on, it's amateur hour here. We all know this, but come on, it's amateur hour. What's wrong with me? One more flip. Almost time to add that cheese, because I think once again I'm going to stray from the formula and melt the cheese onto both patties, and I'm pretty sure only one patty gets a cheese in a Big Mac. We're going, it's wild here. It's crazy. Well, I'm just making rules and breaking rules and taking names and whatever it's cool to do nowadays. We're doing it. Dun 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 dun. Okay, the moment of the truth is about to arrive. I can finally prep my saucy buns here. So I don't know about you guys, but I build things from the bottom up. Typically, that's how structures maintain their elevated states. You don't generally see a skyscraper built from the 87th floor down. And the base of the Big Mac, like pretty much the only famous part of the Big Mac, the sauce. Sauce it up. Add some onions. Some lettuce, in this case we got spinach. And then they do the bold move of having the cheese face downwards. Ooh, got a little close to the pan there, trying to get lots of onions. And I think the latent heat in these burgers is going to melt that cheese, so grab the bigger patties because foundation's got to be nice and fat. Flip a doodle. Other fat one. Secondary flip a doodle. And then before you cap them, these delicious little, my pickle replacements are these mildly spicy pickled onions. Or pickled peppers, sorry. Next layer. Oh, bun's falling apart under the stress. Okay, like the last layer, you got your sauce, you got your onions. Oh, just pouring the onions all over. Probably just turn this off. Safety when I think of it. Man, all these poor onions, all these onions left behind. For the sake of swiftness, we're moving on to the last of the spinach. And then another layer of pickles, but not pickles. Oh, see? Precarious build, this one. And there's no cheese supposed to be on it, so I'm going cheese up on this round. Oh, we're getting precarious. Don't you fall on me. Or if you do, fall into my mouth. It should be my motto. Don't fall on me, but into my mouth is okay. Okay, cap them. Before it's too late. Doesn't look like a Big Mac at all. That's the point. It's a fake Big Mac. Woohoo! That's them. Today's the day. Make yourself a big old fake Big Mac. Put whatever you like in it. And definitely enjoy. Oh, I'm gonna bite into this. Can't resist. It's a mess, and that's important. Get in there. Enjoy. Thanks for watching.